I have with me the man, Dan the Man, Becker. How you doing, man?
What's going on, buddy?
Thanks for coming on, man. I really appreciate this. I really
Yeah.
appreciate you taking the time to come on here. This is awesome.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to talk to you and ask you a few questions. And so tell me, man, how you got into this, how you got into hiking, camping, backpacking, all the stuff. What started it all?
That's a good question. Okay, so probably 5 years ago, I had some buddies that just wanted to do like Survivor Man stuff, and we were gonna go like into the woods with a knife and like live off the land. And it somehow just grew into, well, let's just see what we can fit into a backpack. And I started looking online and somehow ended up on YouTube and found a bunch of weirdo backpacking people and got instantly hooked. And my first trip was with my buddies. On that trip, we only hiked in maybe not very far, half a mile maybe, and set up camp. And I had bought a hammock for that trip, and yeah, so I was instantly hooked. Like I was ready to go every weekend from that point on. And they didn't get hooked at all. One of them came with me one other time, and we did a 20-mile trip over a weekend, and he was dying. But yeah, so that's it. That's how I did it, and it's been ever since. So.
Wow. So is your family supportive? Is your wife and kids into this, and they enjoy this stuff too?
Oh yeah. My wife is supportive from a yes, that's fine, go do it standpoint, but she doesn't really enjoy it herself. Now, I have 3 kids, and 2 of them really enjoy it. My oldest he doesn't really like it too much. He doesn't mind the camping part. He doesn't like the hiking part.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, but I've been camping for most of my life. So I've got, travel trailer that we do, and we've been car camping, and we go all over the place. So yeah.
That's awesome.
I mean, I probably camp 40, 50 times a year, easily.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite backpacking or hiking trip that you've done so far?
I would say that's a good question. So I've done a bunch of trips this year that were really awesome. Utah was amazing. I was just there. Pictured Rocks was awesome. I've hiked the Rockies. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's a great question. Everything is so different.
Right.
Everything's so different. Utah is probably up there though. That was awesome.
Yeah, your Canyonlands video was awesome. That looked like
that was fun.
A blast.
That was fun.
I've never been backpacking west of the Mississippi. I've done a lot of hiking out there. So I've been to Yosemite, I've been to Zion, I've been to all these places, but I'm like, I got to get out there and backpack because it's a totally different experience.
Yeah, there's nothing like it. I was saying to the guys that I was with out there, it's like we're in Mars, because everything's so red. The sand is red. It's just a different landscape. If you're from the Midwest, it's like nothing you've seen before. It's desert. There's no water, very little water, only if it rains. And if there's, when we went, we were lucky to have a little bit of snow. But even the snow even if you came up on a pile of snow, you couldn't really use it, right? Because it was so full of sand. Like you'd get a cup of snow and it was half sand. Because it was really windy. So it was,
gotcha.
There was, you'd be clogging up filters, and
so you got to lug that
chewing on sand,
water all over with you.
Oh yeah. Yeah. We had, I think the most I carried was probably 5 liters for a while. And that's just not fun. But I mean, you do what you do. And, and then of course there was times where I carried a lot of water, and then you'd come up on water and you're like, oh, I guess I didn't need to carry this. But it was just random water potholes that just happened to have water in it. You'd never know they were there,
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I think us here in the Midwest kind of I have a tendency to get burnt out because I do the same kind of terrain a lot. It's wooded forest area.
Yeah.
But if I drive a few hours in a certain direction, I can get kind of different terrain. So trying to explore new places, there's some places I'd like to check out this year. Something different, it's like, I always kind of go to the same mountains. I always kind of go south and east. I'd like to go north and east. I'd like to go up towards New York, that area.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Vermont, maybe.
Vermont would be cool.
Isn't there like the White Mountains or something out there?
New Hampshire. Yep.
New Hampshire. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. I'd like to check that out.
Yeah. I've seen so many syntax videos about that. I was like, man, I got.
Oh, did he go there?
Oh, he goes quite a bit. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then Michigan. I've never camped in Michigan. Never hiked in Michigan. I don't think. But I know
you got to get there.
Pictured Rocks is up there, right?
Oh, dude, Pictured Rocks. I'm telling you, it is a diamond in the rough for people that it's so like this mysterious place for so many people. When I hiked into Pictured Rocks, the town right outside that you go to like, you know, the only town that I think is Munising. We were in a restaurant telling the waitress what we were there for. She's like, yeah, I've never seen it. Like, what? You've never seen it? Well, because you gotta, you know, you have to hike in to see it for the most part. There's camping places, but you still have to hike in maybe a half a mile to see the lake shore. I mean, but I'm just like, dude, you are missing out. You're 200-foot cliffs to Lake Superior, and you look down, it is aqua blue water. Like you can literally see straight down. It looks like you're in the tropics. It is amazing. It's unreal. And the forest changes, you know, from you know, just there's a lot of pines and it changes. It's just, it's like, there's, you know, you feel like you're walking in like the Hobbit land or something like that, you know, Lord of the Rings. It's just beautiful.
Yeah. I've got that. I've had on my list for a while, and it's like, maybe I just need to do it this summer.
You guys don't go in the summer. Don't go in the summer.
Oh, because of the black flies.
Black flies are nasty.
Okay.
It'll make it miserable.
So what's probably the best time, do you think? Like September?
Either like early spring or late fall, I would say. We went in April. It was perfect. Perfect. But the roads aren't open. Oh, sorry. You there?
Yeah.
Okay, that was the NRA trying to call me. Okay. But the roads are all shut down to get to back, like, because they just don't. Up there when it snows, they're just like, yeah, whatever. You know, 2 feet of snow, trees down everywhere. They don't care. They wait till the, you know, late spring before they bring a chainsaw back there. So
it's preferable to have a 4-wheel drive vehicle if you're going up.
Oh, for sure. Get a 4-wheel drive or plan on hiking in, you know, a decent amount before you find the trailhead.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool. Another place I really want to go is, have you ever been to Isle Royale?
No. I want to go there too.
That's on my list. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I've heard just amazing. Well, Backpacker Magazine's talked about it, and I have friends who've done it, and I'm like, wow. There's wolves up there. There's moose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there is I heard there's like an airport too. I think you can land on the island.
Yeah, I think you could take you could charter like a plane, or you can take a boat to it. But that's like 16 hours for me to get up there.
Oh yeah.
It's a lot. I looked at it, I was like, that's not far on a map, and then I was like, oh wait, it is really far.
Yeah, if you're a decent distance from there, you're gonna need like a solid week to go there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So stuff like that's kind of hard to get time to do, but yeah, we'll see.
Yep.
So do you have any we talked about bucket list places. Do you have any bucket list hiking partners you'd like to hike with?
How about Outland?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Where are we going?
I don't know. Don't come to Ohio. Ohio's so boring.
Yeah, I've seen the Ohio videos. They're all the same.
They all look like the Appalachian Trail.
Yeah, everything looks like the Appalachian Trail. It's like,
according to the Show Brothers, which I've not had me on their channel yet, guys. I'm calling you out because I live an hour away from you. All right. Chills.
Get them on there.
All right. Yeah, I don't know, man. If you come down here, we'd have to drive another 2 hours in some direction to, you know, we'd go to Red River Gorge. It's cool. Even Indiana has cool Charles Dean Wilderness and stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've been there. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know. I wouldn't take you to Zaleski. That wouldn't be fair to you.
Zaleski? Oh, is that just like a regular? Is that not a very good place?
Well, it's for Ohio. It's cool, but it's
okay.
we don't have that many backpacking destinations. So,
oh, that's Wisconsin. Same thing here. Yeah.
So,
you're just in the woods.
Yeah. So it's like where everyone goes because it's one of the few places with the backpacking loop. So it's
okay.
But the thing that stinks about Ohio is we have designated places for you to camp. You can't, no dispersed camping. And so when you go on a backpacking trail, you've got to stay on these, you can only camp these certain locations, and they're just worn out. Like you get there and there's no wood. There's no, like the spots for tents and hammocks is just dirt. It's just, there's no grass. It's because everybody's in the same spot.
Yeah, it's frustrating. It's the same way in southern Wisconsin. So like the bottom 2/3 of the state in Wisconsin is pretty much the same way. You have to, I was telling somebody if I had to put a number on how many designated campsites there are in the bottom 2/3 of Wisconsin, I would say it's under 30, like literally. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Cause there's just no place to go. Now in the northern half or the northern third, there's forest up there, but it's, I don't know. It's similar to probably everything you've seen everywhere else. And so I don't know. Wisconsin's not the premium backpacking state, but there are places to go. And
see, I was thinking you guys had some really cool locations up there.
No, there are. There's some nice places. I mean, the only two in this, within a couple hour drive, I can get to some decent ones. But again, they're places like you just said. You have to reserve the spot. Everybody's used it. Thankfully, though, there's privies there, so you're not like digging up somebody else's poop.
Oh.
I've done that before. That's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
So is Kettle Moraine? That's in Wisconsin, right?
Yep. That's what I'm talking about. Yep.
Okay. But look like a pretty cool place.
It is. It's very pretty because it was formed by glaciers. So it's I tell people it's like a mini Smoky Mountains. It's just really hilly. But you have to stay in shelters, and the shelters there are, if you have to reserve them, and if it's reserved by one person, then it's booked. Like nobody else can go there.
Yeah, that's like Pennsylvania.
So yeah, it's pretty stupid. They need to just let people camp where they want to camp. I mean, it would make people aren't going to ruin the forest like they think they're going to ruin it. People are better than that,
Yeah.
And it would stop people from illegally stealth camping because they're doing it because they know that the shelters are booked. So they're just fine. Shelter's booked. I'm going to go camp where I want. So they're having to break the law to do what they love to do. So.
Yeah, I wonder how much of that actually happens here in Ohio, because I've stealth camped in Zaleski before. It's like, okay, there's no place to hang my hammock. I'm just going to camp right here.
Right.
But it's like, I'm not, maybe I'm the lower percentage, but I'm worried about leave no trace. Nobody's going to know I was there. No one will ever know.
Right.
So unfortunately, not everybody's that way, but
no,
that's a tough one.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the YouTube thing a little bit, man. So you're coming up on 50,000 subscribers, right?
Yep.
So how's it feel to be one of the fastest growing outdoor channels out there?
Pretty crazy. I mean, I didn't know anything different at all because obviously I didn't have a YouTube channel. So for me, I'm just doing a YouTube channel. But I guess when you say it like that, that is kind of strange. I don't know. It's fun. It's been fun. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's it seems like backpacking channels would seem like a hard niche to break into, but I think if you're passionate about it, it doesn't really matter what the topic is.
Well,
it could be
so that's a great segue into okay. So when I first started the channel, I was really influenced by a lot of channels that I had watched, which is fine, but I felt like I needed to be that. And so I was just trying to prove that I was a backpacker. I was talking about all the ultralight stuff and how to reduce your base weight and everything that everybody likes to talk about. And those got views. But then I realized that there was a huge, huge portion of the outdoor world that was just like the regular dude that didn't care. And I was finally able to admit that really was me. Like I just don't care. I'll sleep in a tent. I don't care if it weighs 2.5, 3 pounds, 4 pounds, whatever. It doesn't matter to me. I'm not too concerned about base weight. I live in an area where I can't hike tons of miles.
Right.
Like for instance, we hiked in the Kettle Moraine with a bunch of guys 2-3 weeks ago or whatever it was. And we could only do like 12 miles over the whole weekend because you had to book shelters. Like we had no choice.
Yeah.
So why would I go ultralight for that? You know what I mean? It's like, and I think that there was like a breath of fresh air for a lot of people. Like, oh, okay, finally there's somebody on here that's just like me. They don't care. Like, let's just do this. Let's just go. I don't care. I don't care how you got to your campsite. I don't care if you freaking pulled a trailer behind you. You know, you're out there. Good.
You're out there.
I'm glad you're out there, right?
Yeah.
So who cares?
Yeah. I've kind of gotten to that point too. It's like, I do care about the ultralight stuff, but there's times where I don't care. Like it just depends on what I do. Because I just went to Pennsylvania last January, and I put that video out, the Oil Creek video, and we was only a mile or two into the shelter, so I took like all kinds of stuff that I wouldn't normally take.
Yeah.
Who cares? Yeah. But if I'm hiking 30 miles in a day, well, no, I'm going to try to go as light as possible.
Right.
I'm old.
Yeah.
And
for sure.
My body's showing its age.
For sure. I'm carrying 7 pounds worth of camera gear now when I go out. It's stupid. So I do have to go lightweight on some stuff. So like I did a video recently about talking about how I'm going back ultralight. And it was so funny. Like you knew who didn't watch the video because those are the people that like instantly comment, "What? I knew you'd do this." Blah, 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 blah. And the reality was they didn't watch it because I'm not going ultralight. I'm just telling you, I'm buying ultralight gear to compensate for the extra 7 pounds of camera gear that I'm bringing. So my base weight really right now is probably close to between 18 and 20 pounds is my base weight for sure.
Yeah. So
And if you take 7 pounds out of that, that's getting close to the ultralight level. But I mean, I'm only hiking 10, 12, 15 miles in a day. Mm-hmm. It's not like I'm doing 20, 30 miles. I don't enjoy doing high mile trips. Like that's just not even who I am. Like I will never through hike anything. Like I have no desire to through hike an AT trail. The PC that is not even on my radar. Like to me, that is misery. Right. You know what I mean? Like I go for a weekend, I'm done. I want to go back home. I'm like, that's it. I'm good. I want to sleep in my bed. Well, and I love through hikers. Don't get me wrong. I think they're awesome. Like I really think that I like watching their vlogs. I like watching their trips. I think that what they're doing is commendable, but I'm good.
Well, that's a really good point because, I've been talking about wanting to do the Appalachian Trail. I've wanted to do it my whole life, the whole thing, just through hike it. But then I'm like, what if I do this and it becomes like a job and I hate hiking? Like it gets to a point where I don't ever want to hike ever again. I don't want to ruin my love for hiking. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's what I'm scared about doing a big long through trail like that. I don't want to ruin my love affair with the outdoors.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's people that love it and there's people that it's just not for me, and I have no problem admitting that. And I know there's a lot of people that are in that boat too, but like the people that do it, man, that's awesome. Great. Have fun. I'll support you. I'll be at the trail handing you your steak dinner for you. So give you a trail magic, whatever. But me, I have zero desire. Yeah. None. At all.
And, and that's very relatable. So, I just, like you said, there's a lot of people who are like, hey man, I just want to go out on the weekends, 3-4 day trip max. And that's good. That's all I need. That's all I can do. For a lot of us, I was thinking about doing a video and I was going to title it, the grown-ups guide to hiking. Cause there's so many people I watch who are, we're adult working professionals and we can't go out for 6 months on, there's one particular through hiker. I won't mention her name, but she does a lot of videos. She talked about how she sold everything she owned and, all her stuff went to her parents. And I'm just like, that's awesome. I could never, ever do that in a billion years. No, I could never do it. And so that you're instantly not relatable to me. Not saying it's wrong, but I can't, I'm not on your same page now.
Well, I will say, so how many people do you think hike the AT every year? Is it a couple thousand? I don't know.
A couple thousand start, but only a few hundred finish.
Okay. So let's say it's a high, I don't know, let's say 5,000 even hike the AT every year. That is a lot of people hiking the AT or even other trails. But percentage of people that aren't is really much bigger. And I think that but my point in saying that is that when you watch or you think of hiking the AT, I think in people's minds, it's like that
romantic.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, yeah, it's romantic, but it's that awesome goal, that pinnacle moment in a person's life where they can say that they hiked 2,000 miles or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just unfortunately not what everybody else does or can do or has the ability to do. And I am totally fine with that. Like no problems whatsoever.
Yeah.
But again, if you're going to do that, I will be there to support you 100%. And I will love to watch your vlogs. And I think it's great. I'm not saying, but I do think it's funny though, that the people that they're not, I shouldn't put everybody in a bucket because they're not all in a bucket, but it's funny because when you see people hiking the AT and they're doing their vlog or whatever, it's so funny that you can, many of them, you can see like they think they become this, super hiker.
Mm-hmm.
And then they start making fun of the people that don't hike the AT or don't do this or maybe do talking head videos and that kind of stuff. And then they come back from their hike and they're out of material. Like they're not vlogging it anymore. They're like, what am I going to do now? Right. So either their channel dies or guess what? They start doing talking head videos.
or they got to do another through hike to keep it going.
Or they got to do another through hike to keep it going. Yeah. So,
which is what a lot of them do. A lot of
it's funny.
This one particular person that I was talking about, I think she's going on the PCT next. So it's like, that's awesome. And like you said, I'll support you, but right. For me, it's not, I wish I would have done it out of college when I could have, but that time passed and I probably wouldn't be where I am now in life if I had. Right. So it could have been a totally different turn in life if I had chosen that path. I could probably be living out of my car right now. So who knows?
Yeah.
But I had my, it's so funny though, like with the AT, the Appalachian Trail was never meant to be through hiked. It was never designed with that in mind. Like when they created the Appalachian Trail, it was, hey, we're going to create segments in every, all these states for people to hike locally. But it was never meant for somebody to go 2,000 miles from Maine to Georgia or Georgia to Maine. That was one day somebody said, oh, I'm going to go do the whole thing. Why not?
Yeah.
I'm bored.
Well, I mean, if hiking a long trail is your jam, come hike the Ice Age Trail. You just stick in one state, but it's 1,200 miles in Wisconsin. The Ice Age, 1,200 miles through the state of Wisconsin. So
it goes around the whole state.
It just squiggles all throughout it.
Okay.
So yeah, it's unique. I mean, I'd say a good portion of it's roads.
That's how the Buckeye Trail is. We have one that goes all around Ohio. It's over 1,000 miles around Ohio, but half of it is on roads, pavement. I think you have to sleep. I don't know where you're supposed to sleep. Like a lot of people sleep in people's houses and stuff. I'm like, well, that's not.
Yeah. No. But see it's why they're doing it, and that's fine, right? So they're doing it because they want to have that check mark that they've done it, and that's I would give somebody huge respect for doing this. I give people that hike the Appalachian Trail, man, that is amazing. You hike 2,000 miles, holy! I could never do it. I'd get like 40 miles in. Nope, I'm done. But that's just because I don't want to do it. But whatever.
Right.
Yeah, but Wisconsin, it's the same way. They have to hike. They have to stay at certain places. There are backcountry sites that they can reserve, but some of them are 20, 30 miles apart, and they're designated areas. Like you have to find it on a GPS, and you get there and there's like a post in the ground and it'll say designated camping area. And you're like, oh, I guess I'm here. Can't have fires. And you got to camp within like 50 feet of this sign. It's terrible. It's terrible.
It doesn't sound fun.
No.
Oh man! All right, so back to YouTube. So you seem to do everything right when you started doing your channel. So what do you attribute to that? Because for those of people who are trying to start out, or those of us who've done it for 7 years and still aren't there.
I have no idea. All I did was I started making videos that I thought So honestly, what I did when I first started YouTube is I did what everybody else does. I looked at the bigger channels. I copied their video ideas, you know, and just tried to recreate in my own style. I guess I also, a lot of people don't know this, but I was a youth pastor for a long time. So I talked to teenagers for like 9 years solid. And you have to keep an attention span of a teenager super. I mean, they are ADD like central. So I learned how to keep people's attention in that regard. So I think that was helpful, because I really made sure that if I'm droning in my video, and I'd still drone in my videos, but if I catch myself droning or rewatching or whatever, I just cut it out. Even if I think it's awesome, if I'm like, that was so good, but it took 10 minutes to say, I'm cutting it, because I know people are going to tune out.
See, you actually remind me of my old youth pastor, so that's must be where it is. You remind me of my old youth pastor.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, and the other thing is, people don't realize when they start the channel is as much as people want to be purist, right? And they want to just from the heart, you do have to at some point recognize that YouTube is who you're really trying to please, and you have to feed the YouTube beast. In other words, the algorithm will bless you or curse you. So as long as you're giving YouTube money, in other words, people are watching your video, therefore they're sitting through ads, then you're doing something right. And if you can figure out a way to keep people watching enough to where they're sitting through ads, YouTube will recommend your videos and it'll promote you, and then you'll grow no matter what. Somebody, even if you have a terrible video, in your mind, or to a lot of people, somebody's sitting there watching it, YouTube knows it, and they're going to push it and promote it. So,
but any of that interaction, good or positive or negative, is good for your channel, because if people dislike it, it's okay.
Oh, for sure. I get, and I tell people all the time, like if they've got a smaller channel, they're just starting, and they're like, I've never ever had anybody ever say anything bad on my channel. My dude, enjoy it while you can.
You need to,
because you've arrived when people start disliking your videos, or when they start trolling you, because then it's not just your friends and family watching anymore. It's other people that you don't know. And they're usually people that would never say something to your face, ever.
Right.
Like if they met you in person, they'd be the nicest person ever. But for some reason, they think they can sit behind a keyboard or do something and just act like act the way they do.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I used to take that so personally when I first started posting videos. Like, all these people were thumbing my video down, and why? And it just, and I was like, why do I care? It's like, if you wanted to do the same kind of thing that I'm doing, go out there and make a video that's better than mine.
Right. Exactly.
People have no idea what goes into making a video. Just shooting a 5 or 10 minute video takes how many hours of editing time, especially trip videos. You and I both know it's a lot of effort and energy, and eventually it will pay off. But you have to go in that mindset of, well, it's going to take time.
Yep. It's hit and miss. I mean, I've made videos in as little as 2.5 hours, from like literally concept to I'm now going to upload this, and they were big success videos. I just must have said something. I must have did something right. And like, it just was a fluke. And then there's other times where, like for instance, I did a video like maybe 2-3 weeks ago where I gave away a bunch of gear at a local trail, and nobody watched it. I'm like, really? I couldn't believe it. So I was convinced that this video was going to do well. And I had already tested it out. Like I posted something on my community tab saying, hey, what would you guys think if I did this? And it had the most likes of any community tab post I've ever had. And so I was like, oh, this is going to do great. And I posted the video, and I literally got like a quarter of the views I normally get. So you just never know. You just never know what's going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's weird. That's
strange, isn't it?
Yeah. Strange.
So it's learning and being able to look at your analytics and learn what people want to see. That's helpful. Yeah. But you got to be genuine too, because people will know when you're not genuine.
Right.
You can get away with it for your first 10, 20 videos. Like pretending you're somebody that you're not, but eventually people are going to figure you out.
Yeah,
for sure.
Well, and that's what I said. I enjoy doing the trip videos way more than the gear reviews, and it shows. Because like I'll have a piece of gear and I'll be like, yeah, here it is.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's like, and it's so obvious that I just don't want to be doing it. Like, because I don't want to just spout off specs about something that you can go on a website.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, it weighs 10 ounces and blah, blah, blah. Who cares?
Right.
Why am I, unless I'm giving my personal opinion about how it worked for me, then why would I care? Why would anybody care?
Right.
So that's just me. But the gear reviews usually do make the most views. I have old gear reviews that are terrible, and people still watch them. Like, who do you care about this Camelback bottle? Why? I don't even have this anymore. What? Yeah. I mean, I used it once, and I use it. I use gear before I review it, but so I don't. A lot of stuff I don't use anymore that I review. It's just how the nature of it is. So
especially if you're a gear nerd like me, where you just
stuff's going in and out of the rotation.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So we talked about the trolls a little bit and stuff. How do you deal with them? How do you deal with the haters? So what's your stance on?
Yeah, so so trolls unfortunately do have loud voices. But I think they're only loud voices because it bothers the person, or in a lot of cases it doesn't. I don't care anymore. It doesn't bother me at all. I was bothered at first because I had high expectations for certain people that I had watched for many years who ended up not being who I thought they were and became terrible people. And so those ones are difficult. But as far as handling trolls go, you just don't feed them. You feed the troll, that's what they want. They want your reaction. They're waiting for you to react. And if you don't react, if other people react to them, they love it. Because they love getting in those arguments. They love, just all this stuff. But there are some times though where somebody will just be outright harassing or nasty, and I will respond. And then I'll let it sit there for like an hour or two because I want them to see it, and then I'll just ban them. Yeah. So I have a long ban list. So, people don't know they've been banned. Like you can ban people on your channel; they have no idea.
I think so they can keep posting and liking, or looks like they're liking.
But they're the only ones that see it. Nobody else can see it.
Okay. Yeah. So I don't know if I've been banned. I wouldn't know it. I hope not.
Yeah.
But well, and I know I've hit the big time at some point because I got consistently every time I put out a video, doesn't matter what it's about, I get an immediate thumbs down, at least one or two thumbs down from somebody who is deliberately looking for my video to come up. And as soon as they see me, it's like it's a 10-minute long video, and then 2 minutes later, it's like dislike. No way you even watched that person.
Yeah.
There's no way you watched that video. So I think I know who it is, but I'm not going to say I know who it is because I don't really know who it is. But
it's all engagement, and everything that engages with your channel is helping your channel at some point. There's an algorithm that's being watched by YouTube, and YouTube is enjoying that people are engaging with it. Therefore, they're going to promote your video. So you just give a thumbs up to those people that thumbed you down and be like, thank you for helping my channel.
Yes. Keep watching. You must really hate my stuff. You keep disliking it, but for some reason you keep watching. So it's like you like watching train wrecks. I don't know, house fires.
Yeah.
So what do you think about the? It seems like there's kind of been a massive surge in backpacking specific YouTubers lately. I know when I first started doing this 7 years ago, man, it was very hard to find an outdoor channel. Like there was either. Well, if you tried to search for, backpacking YouTuber, it was usually somebody trying to live out in the woods. Like, I'm going to live off the land for 10 days with a knife.
Yeah, sure.
It was that. Well, you couldn't just find a guy like you or me who's like, I'm going out hiking for the weekend and I'm just going to backpack or whatever.
Yeah.
It was really hard to find that.
Yeah.
And so I've noticed, now there's a lot of people out there just making channels like normal people who are just going out hiking. They're not trying to kill a Sasquatch to live off. It's just it's normal people out there hiking.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I think part of it is that now that phones are so good as far as cameras, it's just easy for people to do it. Before you had to invest in something that was, other than a phone. And also, I just think it's fun to do. I think people are really, really, they're enjoying documenting what they do,
Mm-hmm.
And it's a place to share with people what they do. And, and people will put it up online and they'll say, hey, look, I'm just going to put this up for my friends and family. And if somebody else watches it, it's a bonus,
Right.
So
that's really how I started. It was like, I'm going to record my, my outdoor adventures. I'm just going to record them. I don't care who watches them. I'll make them public, whatever. And then all of a sudden people started watching and subscribing. And,
Yep.
And then
right.
I think the coolest thing about all of it though, is the friends that I've made, the community of people, the people that I go hiking with regularly, people that I would have probably never even met. I have met
sure.
through YouTube. It's like,
yeah.
And now they're like good friends. And it's like, hey, let's go hiking, and we have group chats and stuff going. It's like, this is cool. This is fun.
Yeah.
So I'm thankful to YouTube for that aspect of it. If nothing else, it's been pretty cool.
For sure. For sure.
So what other YouTubers, hiking or not, what other YouTubers do you look up to?
That's a good question. So this is going to sound terrible, but I kind of don't really watch backpacking channels. And the reason I don't is because, it is a saturated world and I'm trying to not be influenced but I'm trying not to be influenced by it.
Mm-hmm.
So it wouldn't probably be another backpacking channel. But I watch the big channel, and because I'm into filming now, I watch a lot of camera stuff. So, and that kind of thing. So I don't know. I've been really into like Mr. Beast lately. That dude is so awesome. He's so creative. He's just so good at what he does. I think he's the fastest growing YouTuber right now. I looked at his analytics on Social Blade, and he's getting 100,000 subscribers per day.
What?
Yeah.
What does Mr. Beast do? My kids watch it.
He's just he just does videos that you just can't believe. Like he gives away stuff. He gives away hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of stuff in pretty much every video. It's insane.
Yes, I have seen some of his vids then.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's good stuff. All right, man. Well, thanks so much for coming on today and talking to me. I really appreciate it. This is awesome. It's really nice of you.
For sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad to be here, man. Anytime. Seriously.
Well, that's cool. So I'm gonna take you up on that trip though. We are gonna do some hiking here.
Let's do it. Yeah,
right?
Let's do it. Yeah, for sure.
All right, man. Well, thanks so much. Thanks everybody out there for watching, and we'll talk to you guys real soon.